friend.
Just for good measure, I thought I would try antagonizing the spirit by bringing along a noose on display at the jail as a trigger item.
Come on in. This is where we're gonna...
We?
Yes, we. You and me. Holly, it's waiting.
It's so tiny.
Yeah, it's the... What the... No. Hey! Hey!
Oh.
No.
Welcome back to Atlantic Filmmakers. Earlier we were speaking with Paul Kimball. We are now joined by Paul's co-host from Ghost Cases, Holly Stevens. Holly, thanks for jumping in the chair.
Thank you for having me.
All right, you know, now, last segment, this is your chance to say a couple things about Paul, and he won't have a rebuttal.
As he pointed out earlier, he's helping edit the episode, so he's going to have a rebuttal.
Absolutely. So a little bit about yourself, you know, where are you from, and kind of what was the timeline that took you from a little kid up to school, and kind of where you are now?
Well, I'm from the Valley here in Nova Scotia, so I'm from Wolfville area. Born and raised. Still love it here. I guess getting into acting, I've been doing it most of my life, on stage or off. I think most kids do. I was always that little kid in school who was always either singing or humming and always getting in trouble. But science was my passion for a long time. Still is, actually. And I went from high school straight into Acadia. Got about halfway through my degree and was loving it. I still do love it. Science is amazing. But I had to think. I sat down and I thought, when I'm 40, what will my midlife crisis be? What will I look back on and wonder, could I have done that? And it was acting. So I finished my degree. I had to. That was never a question. Finished the degree, moved to the city, got myself an agent, got myself a headshot, and just started building up my resume. So I'll starve for a few more years maybe, and worst comes to worst, I'll go back, but I think I'll always be in the industry in some capacity.
Well, you know, it's great that you had the bravery to maybe go what some would think was another direction from science into what you're doing now. And you know what? When you're 40, you look back and you won't be able to say, I should have done that. Yeah. So let's talk about Ghost Cases. What's that experience been like for you?
It's been phenomenal. I get to go around to different locations that are allegedly haunted, speak to the people who have had their own personal experiences, and then get to have my own experiences. I mean, and they pay me for it. It's phenomenal. It's amazing.
Now, of course, you know, when we were talking to Paul earlier, something like the paranormal or UFOs takes a little bit of a, you know, a stretch of the imagination and to kind of be able to say anything is possible. How do you reconcile your scientific mind with that ability to maybe say, yeah, anything's possible?
And I would believe that anything is possible. Science shouldn't limit you that way. It can, because science is used to gathering empirical data to measure everything. So when you're looking at something that is outside the realm of what we're actually able to measure, how do you rationalize that? You can't. So you have to think that at some point we'll be able to measure what it is that we're trying to look at, but in the meantime, you just have to kind of go in a little bit of faith.
Before you started this project and it was explained to you what would be going on, what would be transpiring, at the beginning, what was your mindset?
I think my exact words were, Paul, you want to go into haunted locations, potentially antagonize these negative energies if there are any, and you want to do this at least 13 times. Paul, we're playing with fire. Like, this is something we know nothing about. There could be something there, maybe there's not, but you don't know. So you are playing with fire.
Did you have anything, maybe any preconceived notions or hesitation in the beginning that, I don't know what to expect, but as you went along, it became something that kind of intrigued you more and more? What was kind of the process as you got location to location, episode to episode?
Absolutely. I had no idea what to expect. I mean, everyone as a child, I think, you know, hides in their bed thinking, oh my gosh, my room is haunted, my house is haunted. But when you actually go into locations and you speak to people who have had something happen to them, whether they've seen something, whether they've heard something, they've had an experience of some kind. So when you go into that location and you're in that space, something happens, usually. And to have that experience, to have that ability to have that experience is a little crazy.
Now, Paul was mentioning one of the episodes where, independent of one another, you both kind of experienced something, and then a meter that you had kind of spiked. What was it like for you when that happened and you kind of realized that, yeah, he saw it, I experienced it, and an electronic meter also experienced it? What was it like?
Overwhelming. You're sitting in a little tiny, cramped room, very cold. I think it was about 1 degree. We're freezing. And I started to feel as if something was moving in front of me. I couldn't actually see anything but it was translucent. So it was there. I felt like something moved out of the wall in front of me, dark, not a happy thing, and was standing in front of us. Now, I didn't see a person standing in front of me, but I felt, and it sounds flaky, I felt as if there was something there. And I thought in my head at the same time, wow, this is flaky. I can't say anything. Oh, I sense that there's something there. No, but I did feel something. And I didn't want to reach my hand out into that space, and it was right in front of me. So I was thinking at the time, okay, I'm going a little nutbally, you know, we've been here a little long. I'll just let this slide. So I glanced down at the electromagnetic field detector, which again is detecting something that we can't prove is there, and it spikes, which was unusual. It was unusual for the space, and I swore, because in some way that was validating what I was feeling and seeing. And then Paul responded, I know. I thought he had seen the EMF meter go off. He hadn't. He was having his own experience, and he didn't tell me at the time, and I didn't tell him at the time, because we're both going, well, this is weird. So, yeah, you have someone having a completely different experience. He's having this strangulation feeling. I'm having the sense that there's something, you want to call it evil? Sure, in front of me. And then you have the electromagnetic field detector spike. I can't explain it. And it happened again. It happened twice.
Wow. We've got about 30 seconds left, Holly, but overall, how has this experience working on ghost cases kind of made you feel about your decision to do what you're doing and to pursue it even further?
It's been great. How many people can go into their jobs every day and say, you know what, I love this. I love what I do. And it's only going to get better. It's only going to get more exciting. It's only going to go further. And it's validated it. I'm excited, and it's for the best.
You can definitely tell from your reaction that it was a good experience for you. Holly, thank you very much for being here. We look forward to seeing yourself and Paul on Ghost Cases right here on Eastlink TV.
Thank you very much.
That's another episode of Atlantic Filmmakers. Make sure you join us next time. Bye for now.